It is Wednesday, my dudes. Wednesday, my dudes.
And it is Wednesday again here. Randall and I are back again on another Wednesday. We got a lot in store, of course. We got more March Madness happening. We got some updates for new OT playoff rules, Hard Knocks announced. And we will have our prime part here of a NFC and AFC, each individually ranked quarterback list, and then a combined top 10 right now, what we got. So, might as well jump right into it. You ready to go?
Yeah, let's get it.
Perfect. Well, like I mentioned, we'll kick it off on the OT rule. As mentioned, it is just for the playoffs. We will each team get a possession and then straight to sudden death. How you feel?
I mean, like, I'm thinking in terms of last year's game, the one, Chiefs-Bills. Do you really think that would have changed the difference?
No.
Because, I mean, I feel like then Bills probably would have got the ball, they score, then Chiefs probably would have got the ball and scored.
Yep.
I really think they got to go with something like college, where you just, I mean, I'm not saying it has to be exactly like that, but it needs to be some kind of like that where you keep going back and forth until a team, if a team scores, the other team has to have a chance to reciprocate. Gotta play it like beer pong, Dom. If I hit death, if I hit Final Cup, you gotta have a redemption shot, just the way it is.
That's fair. I'm all in for a college football kind of overtime.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah,
I think it's my favorite extra inning overtime shootout kind of rule in all sports. I think college football is the best, in my opinion. I find it the most enjoyable.
Yeah, I personally think they should start on the 50 instead. Yeah. Just because I'd rather not you start in a position where you can already basically kick a field goal.
Right.
I'd rather you have to move the ball at least a few yards to be able to kick a field goal first. But yeah, I mean, I think they should just have it back and forth. Have to reciprocate. Get a chance to reciprocate.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's better. It's not the best option it could be.
Right.
This feels almost like college football playoffs. Like, we wanted more than 4, but they gave us 4. And it's like, well, it's not what we wanted, but it is still better than what we had.
Yeah. Yep.
So I guess we'll take it and then hope we can change it later.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, sadly, the thing is, it's just going to take till another, thing like that happened this past summer, or this past playoffs, for them to change it again. It's just going to be another thing like that that's going to happen, so.
Yeah. We shall see, but I mean, hey, I guess there is some change, so we'll take it.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, it seems like our transactions have cooled off a little bit. I mean, we have Jabril Peppers going to the Patriots. We had Peterson re-signing with the Vikings. I know you were really interested. Auden Tate is with the Falcons.
Yep.
They got about no one there in the receiver corps, so definitely good signing there. And I know you're big on him getting the shot.
Yeah, I am. I think he got buried in that depth chart. I think he's got a shot to still be really good. So
your Saints have re-signed or extended Traquan Smith.
Ugh, yeah.
And you added Andy Dalton to your mix.
Oh, don't forget Sorensen. Signed Sorensen for the
Yeah.
Chiefs. So I can't wait for him to hopefully not ever touch the field other than special teams, because good God. He's bad. I saw that firsthand, how bad he was, because, sometimes, a lot of times, actually, during NFL coverage on TV, you can't see down the field. You can't see what safeties are doing until the ball's thrown. Let me tell you, Dom, I could see him every play, and it was not good. He was not doing great out there, and Tyrann Mathieu was done with him by the end of that Bills game where they got blown out. So, not thrilled to have him on the team unless he's just going to be a special teams player, which I have a feeling he will be. So.
Other than that, I guess Solomon Thomas signed with the Jets.
Yep.
And then this is an older rumor Thursday, Friday. Nothing's came from it. Was the Seattle has spoken to the Browns about Baker as long as the price is low enough. Browns are not asking for a first-round pick. Want to move him as quickly as possible, but that was Friday. Oh,
do you think they're asking for like 2 3s or something like that, or like what do you?
I think that or a second and a fifth maybe.
I'm not gonna lie. If I was a quarterback needy team, I'd be willing to give up a second and a fifth and give Baker another shot.
I would 100% too.
Yeah. Especially with how he likes to throw down the field, and you got DK Metcalf there.
Right.
I'd give him a shot.
For
sure.
I think the Panthers aren't obviously they're gonna Matt Rule's gonna try to save his job by going, hey, look, we're gonna develop a quarterback this time. We're not doing this.
Yeah, they're gonna draft somebody.
Yeah, but if they didn't try the Sam Darnold experience, like I could have seen that working.
Yeah.
Have Roby and more, like that could have actually worked pretty well. But now it's like, well, we can't just take another flyer QB. That's not going to keep his job.
Right.
You got to show, look, we're adding the young quarterback to the young defense, and we're going to build the team. So.
Yep. Yeah.
Interesting thing too. I'm not sure how. I guess as long as it's a cheap, easy to cut, or he's just playing special teams kind of role backup, is Jared Davis is going back to the Lions.
Are you excited about that?
Not really.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't really know if he even did much for the Jets, but he obviously came in a little hyped.
Did he get to play for them?
I'm going to double check stats. He played in 5 games.
Huh. Okay. Well,
he did play 25 tackles.
Did you like him on your team the first time around?
He showed potential early, and then just felt like it was kind of dropped off.
Yeah.
Way too quick. And it also felt like he was also someone I didn't really. It felt like a weird draft pick too. Like when we drafted him in the first round, like it didn't feel like that was the right pick at that time. There was other needs that is like, oh, that's where we're going with it. I didn't know. I just felt a little early, especially seeing Tre'Davious White was on the board. TJ Watt. We never had edge rush, but we went that. Yeah. Anyways, it just felt weird. Like I said, he showed some potential early. It just, I don't know. It just, like I said, it didn't feel like the right signing at that time. So.
Yeah.
Or draft pick at that time. Now it just feels weird to bring him back, but I don't know. We'll see. I didn't ever see what the contract is. I'm sure it's not much.
Right.
Because he's going to be bouncing around.
Yeah.
All right. Well, any other? I feel like that kind of cleans up any other notes. If you want to jump right into QBs.
Well, I do want to. Malcolm Jenkins retired.
Yeah,
today.
fair. Man, you guys are just dropping some. Your past couple of years has just been kind of. Down goes the next guy from the run. Yeah,
it's. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty positive he was the last one from our Super Bowl team left. Especially considering he had to have been, it was either his first or second year that year we won the Super Bowl. But, it's sad to see him go. I really didn't want him to go this early. I still feel like he's got some good football left in him. I thought he played well. There was times where you could see his age on the field last season, but I still felt like he maybe had another season left in him. But it's hard to see one of those guys go that, especially for the Saints, like my entire life, I feel like he's been such a leader for in that locker room, and in Philadelphia, 2-time Super Bowl champion now, with that Philadelphia win as well. And it's hard to see a guy like that go, I think, throughout the NFL because, I mean, multiple NFL Man of the Year nominee, and like he's genuinely a good dude, really active, with Black Lives Matter and different organizations that are fighting for justice. So, it always sucks to see one of those guys go, but he's on to do some good things. But I don't know if he's interested in still being in the NFL space at all. I'd be curious to see. I don't know if he's one of those guys that would be on one of the NFL shows like that. Mm-hmm. I could see him maybe more going down the route of having a pretty cool podcast. Maybe like Ryan Clark has, which he actually announced his retirement on Ryan Clark's podcast. So, I don't know. I'll be interested to see what he does after, but kind of sucked to see him go today.
All right. Well, do you want to go down the stack side or the lesser conference side first?
That's up to you.
Let's go with the worst first.
The worst first? Okay.
Yeah. And I'm sure if you've ever thought about ranking your NFC, AFC, and putting them together, of course, the disparity, we've talked about it, so it's time to actually put it in official rankings. And of course, top to bottom, it's rough. Looking at it from a whole. Of course, the top end, I know you mentioned before we hopped on, was look, you make your top 5, you can make your top 5 easily. NFC, okay, that's a top 5, that's fine. There's no disputing talent, but then you compare it to the AFC side, and then you go to put it together, and you're like, oh, man.
Oh, that's bad.
That's not good. Yeah. There's not the arguments coming from the NFC that even go, well, how about no? It's just man, I want to put more AFC in maybe.
Right.
So, well, to kick it off on the NFC, how about we do, as we mentioned, top 5 seems pretty clear, so I'm assuming we have that. So let's go with our 5. I've got, in my order, Brady, Rodgers, Kyler, Dak, Stafford.
Interesting. You had Brady 1?
I do.
Wow. No, thank you. I have Aaron Rodgers 1. I mean, okay, I guess we should have clarified a little bit more. Are you taking Tom Brady into account with his full team, or are you just saying Tom Brady? Because I'm looking at just those quarterbacks.
I'm looking at just the quarterbacks.
Really?
I'm kind of getting persuaded to the side of, Aaron Rodgers' playoff success isn't as great as it probably should be.
I mean, I'm fine with that.
I'm not taking away any of his talent, and it's really, really hard to make a Super Bowl, but I mean, come on, how many times has he got the home field advantage and you lost a game that really shouldn't have been the loss?
I mean, that's fair, I guess.
So I'm taking that into account on him too.
Okay, all right. I won't argue with you on that one because I feel like I'm gonna have to argue later. So. All right, so I'll go. I have Rodgers 1, Brady 2, Kyler 3, Dak 4, Stafford 5. So I think we are the exact same minus the Rodgers, Brady 4.
All right, so then we should.
Just want to go back and forth now?
Yeah, sure. I was gonna say, let's. How about 6, 7, 8? We'll break.
Okay, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, let's break into a little bracket here.
Okay.
I'm going, and we definitely will have it. I started with Cousins for the experience. He does put up good stats. I feel like you'll still kind of take him on your team. And then I'm just going to go off of potential talent, I think. And I'm going to go Cousins, Fields, Lance, 6, 7, 8. I really like Lance, and I know that's probably not even going to be close for you because I'm probably a lot more in love with Lance than other people are.
Yeah. No, we don't have the same list here. All right, so this might be a little homer pick right here. I'm going Winston at 6. He played so good last year. He was playing so well. He was doing so well. 5-2, significantly more touchdowns than interceptions, Dom. That's a big thing for him. That's a big thing for him. That's a big step. He was playing so well, just got hurt. I am willing to accept my 7 over 6, if you want to argue this. I have Kirk at 7.
Okay.
So I have Winston, Kirk Cousins. I'm willing to accept him at 6, and Winston at 7. That's fine. And then I have Goff at 8.
Okay.
So Winston 6, Kirk 7, Goff 8.
Okay. Well, I mean, I wouldn't argue it too much. I guess I'll just round out my 10. I mean, I got Winston Goff then, 9, 10.
Okay.
I put him 9.
So,
Talent, I think, is there.
yeah.
Kind of just said, oh my gosh, the AFC or NFC's looking rough. I guess maybe the youth got a little extra bump on this side because I'm just thinking, okay, you got a good shot too on this side. And
yeah.
These guys, I think the talent's there, so I gave them, I guess, a little bump on this side. Now I think about it, I guess I really didn't give on the AFC maybe. When I was looking at it, I kind of went for more on like, okay, where's the potential there? And I mean, yeah, Winston stayed in my top, like he was not moving out of my top 10. And then, yeah, I mean, I think Goff kind of rounds out on that side. He's kind of right there in the middle kind of guy.
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and give my 9 and 10 then.
Yeah.
My 9 is Carson Wentz, and my 10 is Jalen Hurts. So with Trey, I couldn't put Trey on there because I don't know what he is. I mean, I've seen him run.
That's where I had a hard time. I couldn't put him at the bottom.
Like I don't. Did he even throw a ball in the regular season? I don't remember.
A couple games.
Oh, he did start a couple games, but it wasn't good. They didn't play great. No, but like I don't know. And then Justin Fields, yeah, I think the talent's there, but he played real bad last season, and I get that it wasn't necessarily his fault, but I mean, some of it was his fault. But like he didn't have a lot of time, right, to throw. I don't know. And I don't think Hurts is as bad as people think he is either. I think you give him a receiver.
Just maxed.
Yeah, I think you give him a receiver and some pass blocking. I think their offensive line is a really good run blocking offensive line for the most part, but their pass blocking is not great. I
want to correct myself. Sorry, I just want to, before you go, I should say he's not at his ceiling currently. I think though his ceiling is a lot lower.
That's fair.
I just want to clear that. I made it sound like I said he's at his ceiling right now.
Yeah, no, you're good. But yeah, I couldn't put Lance or Justin Fields on that list. I just couldn't do it.
That's fair. I mean, like I said, now that I started to look at it again, I was like, wow, I gave them the bump on this side. I think it was just because the high end talent. I was like, okay, these guys got to do it. So they got a lot higher of a bump on the NFC than I guess the poor rookies did on the AFC side. I definitely did not give them that fair. Where do I think the talent could be right there as well? So I wouldn't argue Fields and Lance too much. Like I said, if you wanted to put them near the bottom just for experience.
Right. I'll also say this. If we both decide a little behind the scenes, we both decided at the bit when we were talking about those lists that we were going to say, because we both probably think Trey Lance will be week 1 starter, so we went with Trey Lance as the starting quarterback. If we would have both said, if we would have both said Jimmy G was the starter, I probably would have had Jimmy G on 9, bumped Hurts out, and had Wentz at 10. Or I would have had Jimmy G above Goff. I think Goff and Jimmy G are about the same, honestly.
I think I would have. Yeah, you take out Lance, I would have bumped up Winston, Goff, and then slid Jimmy G right behind him, right behind Goff.
Fair.
So, I mean, really, that's not very far off than where I have Lance.
Right.
So, well then, to round out the. So this will be interesting actually because you named 2 that I didn't have in my 10, and vice versa. 10, 11, 12, or excuse me, 11, 12, 13. We'll do that.
Are you just gonna rank them all?
I ranked them all.
Oh, I didn't know you did that. Okay.
Yeah, I did full. Oh, I thought you meant full like NFC rankings.
No, I just meant top 10.
Oh, okay.
I can figure it out. Go for it.
Well, I'll finish. I'll just wrap it all up then while you just double check. I actually had then 11 Mariota. I think there's more potential there that was unfairly got him kicked out of the job. And so it goes Mariota Hurts because I don't think if they use Mariota more as they figured out that you can run a QB like they do Hurts, I think there's a little more there in the passing game and to use his run game more. So I went Mariota Hurts Wentz just because, I guess there's still something there for him. I don't know. The Wentz is there. On the Hurts thing, it's kind of like I said, it's the ceiling kind of concerns me on like, I like him. I want him to do well, but I just don't know what that next step would be if his accuracy that's hard to change. It's hard to just become an accurate quarterback. And then to round out my bottom three, Danny Dimes, because I've never had faith in him. Dance and Drew Lock, and in dead last, the Sam Darnold experience. Out with mono.
Okay, sorry. I had to finish off my list real quick. Okay, it took me a minute to even remember who some of these quarterbacks were.
That's what I was hoping if I said it, then that would help you if I rounded out my...
Yeah, so I didn't pull up the rosters, but what I did was I just pulled up a list of teams, and I had to, physically see... I had to physically look at Carolina Panthers logo to remember that it was Sam Darnold. I was like, who is this guy? Who is this? Especially the Seahawks. I was like, oh, God, who is it? All right, so then in that case, I had Goff 8, Wentz 9, Jalen Hurts 10. Then I'm going to put Justin Fields at 11 just because I think he does have all the tools to become that. I just need to see more of him before I'm willing to do that. Okay. I definitely think his ceiling is higher than Jalen Hurts, for sure. I just think as of right now, I would take, if you told me, yeah, you have one season, just this upcoming season, you could either have Hurts or Fields, and not their teams, just Hurts or Fields on the same exact team, I'd probably take Hurts for this first season. So,
that's fair. I could see that argument. I think I'd still take Fields, though, actually.
Just say, screw it, I'll take a shot on him.
Yeah.
That's fair.
It comes down to that accuracy, honestly, for me. That's
fair. But yeah, I have Justin Fields 11. Then I also have Marcus Mariota at 12. I'll take that. I have Trey Lance at 13. I'm just gonna be real. I don't expect a lot from Trey Lance. I'm just gonna throw it out there. I don't. The more I watched him in preseason, and then I get he had some preseason hype, whatever. But then the regular season games, and anytime he came in as a runner, I'm good. I don't think he's gonna be great. I'm just gonna say that. I might eat those words in a few months. That's fine. I don't care. But I'll take Danny Dimes at 14, Drew Lock at 15, and the Sam Darnold experience also is dead last in the NFL.
Would it change it if you said Cam Newton? Because it doesn't for me, unfortunately, at this point. I know he hasn't actually officially signed back, but at this age, Cam Newton, I don't know if I could still put him as much as I don't like him.
I'll still take Locke over Darnold, or over Cam Newton. Honestly, and I keep thinking about it, I might take Locke over Daniel Jones, just because I feel like Locke didn't necessarily get a fair shake.
Yeah.
I think he could be a little bit better than what
I guess I just never bought into it from the get-go, so
that's fair.
I didn't need to see anything. I don't believe it. I'm going to now really throw you one that I did not... I'm definitely throwing this out of left field, so put me on the spot on this one. Because I remember he didn't work out for them, but he has been working out with Tyler Lockett. If the Seahawks sign Cap 5 years removed, where do you put him? I think I put him behind Hurts for me.
Oh, really? Wait, yeah. Where did you have Hurts on your list?
I had Hurts 12. I would put him over Wentz, Jones, Locke, Darnold.
No, I can't. I'll put him over Darnold. I can't put him over those other guys. He hadn't played a game in 5 years, Tom. 5 years, man. And how old is he now?
Higher than Hurt. He's only 32.
Are you sure?
Yeah, he's only like 32, 33, that range. QBs play a long time, man.
Yeah, but he hadn't played a game.
He didn't get beat, but he was smart and didn't get himself hit much.
He's 34.
Yeah, he didn't get himself that hit very much.
I don't care.
I don't
He's
think there's that
34 and he
much
hadn't
wear
played
on
a
him.
game in 5 years, dude.
I'd take him over Wentz, Jones, Locke, Darnold.
No. Do you remember how bad he was this last season?
It wasn't as bad as it really made it sound.
I don't know, man. It was pretty bad. I obviously in no way am I saying I think he should get a shot. I want him to have a shot. I want him to come back and play. I don't know.
I mean, the completion percentage I'll give you, but I mean, he doesn't make the dumb pass. I mean, you tell him 16 touchdowns, 4 picks, 2,200 yards on 11 starts. That seems a lot like Jalen Hurts right now.
Yeah, but that was 5 years ago, Dom. That was
5 years ago, and we didn't still use his.
But that's
been
5
hit by people in 5 years.
But he hasn't faced competition in 5 years. Think about how I know this is going to sound stupid, but think about how much faster players are from 5 years ago. How much the game has increased speed from them already. We have multiple wide receivers running 4.2s. We have like in the 4.2 slim 4.3 range. We have linebackers running almost at 4.3 speed, Dom. Linebackers.
Still not going to change my answer on the side.
Oh, dude, no. I'm a fan. I think he should deserve another shot. Just not anymore, man. I'm sorry. It's too. I think it's too far removed at this point.
Okay. I'm not changing though.
Right.
That's where I'd put it right now. Just saying. Well, actually, you know what? We're going to hit the pause for a second. We're going to hit a break, and we're going to come back with the stacked AFC on the other side. So, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
12-Ounce Sports has a new home for betting. BetUS.com is the official place to place your bets and support 12-Ounce Sports. All you have to do is go to BetUS.com and type in the promo code 120OZ and you'll instantly get a deposit bonus. This is America's favorite sports book. And remember, always gamble responsibly.
Here on the other side, and it's time to go to the AFC, and I'll let you kick off the AFC first. Top 5, what you got?
Yeah, top 5. So one, anyone who tries to argue this is just wrong, dude. Anyone who doesn't say Mahomes is 1 is just wrong. Just wrong. So obviously Mahomes at 1. I'll take Josh Allen at 2. This is where I think you might fight me.
Okay.
I've got 3, 4, 5, 3 Justin Herbert, 4 Lamar Jackson, 5 Joe Burrow.
I guess I'm not going to really argue you much. Mahomes 1, Allen 2, Herbert 3, Mr. Unlimited 4, Joe Burrow 5.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
I don't like Russell Wilson that much.
We're not that far removed from the let Russ cook MVP kind of runs.
Yeah, but he never completes those runs. That's the thing. He always ends up playing bad after that. He always plays bad. I don't know. And Lamar, I feel like you're forgetting how good Lamar is, too.
Lamar is 6. That was a hard one.
Lamar's so good, bro.
That's really so hard good. Not to put.
The man just now is actually getting weapons to throw to. Like, just now getting weapons to throw to. And he was hurt last season.
Yeah, I kept flipping Burrow and Lamar back and forth.
So, I'll say this. I'll just go ahead and start because 6 I have Russell Wilson.
Okay,
it's not that far.
Our 6 are in same, just slightly different.
4, 6 are flipped, and we both have Burrow at 5.
Yeah. I mean, I'll say I was flipping Lamar and Burrow back and forth.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so 6 is Russell Wilson. This is where I think you might also argue with me. So 6 I have Russell Wilson, then 7 I have Derek Carr, then 8 I have Deshaun Watson. Now, do I think that Deshaun Watson is probably actually better than Carr? Yeah, he's a year removed from football. I hadn't played in a year. I need to see what he looks like.
That's fair.
I just need to see what he looks like.
I had Watson Carr. I mean, I'm not gonna really. I guess I could understand where you thought I might come in arguing, but I mean, I have them right next to each other.
Yeah. Well, so I wasn't sure. I actually thought you might have Watson in the top 5 potentially.
I started to think that until I was like, you're right. It's a year from football. He didn't really even practice with the team.
Yeah, because a year's a pretty big deal, right?
Yeah, what are you trying to say?
So 5 is probably
So I bumped him 1 or 2 spots for a year. But if you put him in the NFC though.
Okay.
If you put him in the NFC, I'm putting him 3rd.
Deshaun?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am too.
That's the thing, though. If you compare the NFC, though, I'm putting him 3rd.
Yeah,
if you're asking me to put Kaepernick in the AFC, he's only spoiler alert. He's only going to be above Davis Mills.
Oh, so you just really hate on Hurts and them?
I don't. Like I said, I don't see the ceiling worth that much of a ceiling. Okay.
All right. Well, and yeah, so realistically, I don't think Deshaun Watson will have lost that much, honestly.
Right.
By the way, if he gets to play this year.
Yeah.
We don't know. But if he gets to play and he's starting a full year, I think realistically he's probably 5. I think I'm sorry. I get everyone's on the Joe Burrow bandwagon right now. I get it. But Deshaun Watson's a more talented player than Joe Burrow to me.
Yeah, see, that's where I had a really hard time with the Lamar Burrow because I'm am I just doing the Burrow hype? But there is still something about him leading. That's where I was but Lamar is the more talented, so that's where I kind of went back and forth on that. And you're right, if I'm just going to go by talent, then I probably would go Lamar, Watson, then Burrow.
I was going to say, low-key, I might actually have Watson over Lamar.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because, yes, Lamar's a better runner, but Deshaun is so much further a better passer than Lamar, and then he can run low.
Yeah, that's fair. And I think Carr's pretty much supplanted himself in that kind of spot there.
Yeah. So I have Wilson 6, Carr 7, Watson 8. What was your 6, 7, 8? One more time.
6, 7, 8 would go Lamar 6, Watson 7, Carr 8.
Okay. So not too far.
Yeah. So then where's your 9, 10? Since I guess I might need to give you some time to round out the rest.
Yes. So my 9, 10. This is where it kind of got tough a little bit.
Really? This was still pretty. The top 10 was pretty straightforward for me on who I had.
My 9, I kind of feel like I'm forgetting someone. I feel like you're going to be like, what are you talking about? And then you're going to name your players and I'll be like, I'm just going to be real, I forgot that guy. My 9 is Matt Ryan. My 10 is Ryan Tannehill.
Interesting.
Okay, I feel like you're gonna name someone and I'll be like, oh yeah, I forgot.
I mean, Matt Ryan's my 9. Same there. It's not a knock on Tannehill, but I mean, I've seen what I've seen out of him. This is where I started to probably buy into hype. And
Wait a second, you're usually the one trying to convince me that Tannehill's good. I'm usually like, Tannehill sucks, man, and you're like, he's good.
I think I really dropped off at the end of the year on that.
Okay, all right.
So I went in Lawrence 10. If I'm going to pick out of the rest, give me Trevor Lawrence 10. At this point, I just was buying talent and potential there.
Yeah, that's fair. If you want to go ahead and start reading your the rest.
Well, then this is where you're going to laugh at me with the whole Tannehill thing, because then I'm going to go all in on talent potential. I went Zach Wilson, Mac Jones, Tua, then Tannehill. I think I've seen enough out of. I think I've kind of dropped off the Tannehill train, and I almost put Mitch Trubisky above him because I think Mitch could have that rebound like he did, that second kind of wave. Because I do think he kind of got a crap end in Chicago with Nagy, and I kind of almost put Mitch higher, but then I was like, well, he didn't even play last year, so now I'm just gonna buy he can become something act, so that's why I went him. And honestly, it's nothing against Davis Mills, but he is my last. But I mean, I'd take Davis Mills over the bottom end of the NFC. So so I went Wilson, Jones, Tua, Tannehill, Mitch Trubisky, Davis Mills. And
I gotta tell you, man, now that we've done this, I wish we would have ranked our whole NFL just rank all the NFL quarterbacks.
Like, might be able to.
Yeah, I might be able to do that on the fly.
I might be able to as well, to be honest.
Start doing yours while I'm talking.
Okay.
I'll go through the rest of mine here. So I have Matt Ryan at 9, Tannehill at 10. So I actually wrote a little note at the bottom that I was going to share with you. I said, I think probably Trevor Lawrence should be at 10, but I just can't do it right now. And I stick to that, I think.
Okay.
So I'll go Tannehill 11 or 10, Trevor Lawrence at a very, very close 11. I'm actually going to go Tua at 12. I haven't given up on Tua. I'm not going to lie.
I haven't either. I was like, I just have to give Mac Jones the better year.
So I have Tua 12.
I mean, I don't think Mac Jones has that much of a ceiling either.
God, I hate to do this because I know it's gonna. First off, Caleb's gonna be pissed that I put Tua over him, but Zach Wilson is back. Zach Wilson has intangibles that I like. He has intangibles that I like, and I kind of feel like if you put Zach Wilson in Mac Jones' scenario, he would have done even better than Mac Jones. Kind of. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I don't know if that's right. I don't know. But I'm gonna go Zach Wilson, then Mac Jones. I'm actually gonna take Davis Mills over Trubisky. I like Davis Mills.
I wasn't taking anything against Davis Mills. It's just the NFC's tough.
Yeah,
AFC, goodness.
AFC's tough. Yeah, I mean, he's gonna play some really tough teams. I don't know, man. I really like Davis Mills. Like, I honestly feel like, so there's something that I kind of do in my mind that, to me, if you're currently a top 25 quarterback in the NFL, you're a starting quarterback caliber guy. Anything under 25, to me, is probably not really a starting quarterback in the NFL. Anything under 25, and your GM is probably trying to figure out a way to eventually replace you.
Right.
And replace you sooner rather than later. And I think Davis Mills just makes that cut of 25 where, like, if I'm a GM, I'm not too worried about trying to replace him right now. I'm worried about everything else. Everything else is in my mind before replacing Davis Mills. So I like Davis Mills. I think he could be a starter in this league. I never think he's going to be top 15. I don't think that. But I think he could work his way into top 20. I do. I think he could work his way into top 20. So, yeah. I like Davis Mills. Trubisky, whatever. I mean, I guess he'll be back. I think he's gonna have a better. I think he'll be better than what we had with Big Ben last year. I think that. But other than that, I'm not thrilled. I would still take Trubisky over quite a few of the NFC guys, though.
That's fair. Well,
all right.
Yeah, this was not very hard, to be honest.
Okay, well, you start talking, and I'm going to start ranking then, because I only have 10 right now.
All right. I'm just making sure that's... Oh, where did it... Okay, well, I messed up actually somewhere. Because I'm about to have 33 quarterbacks, I think. All right. Well, then I'll just do my top 10 real quick. Or you want to do top 10, top 10?
No, just give me a minute. Do your like top 15.
All right, I could go there. I messed up somewhere, and I'm gonna figure this out. All right, well, I went Mahomes 1, and obviously on my NFC side I had Brady higher, so I went Mahomes, Brady, Rodgers, Allen, Herbert, Mr. Unlimited, Burrow, Lamar, Watson, Kyler. So you got 3 NFC to 7 AFC in the top 10. I went Dak, Carr, Stafford, Matt Ryan, Trevor Lawrence for 15. And then I can go to 20 actually pretty easy. Then I went Cousins, Fields, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Jameis Winston. Actually, I can keep it. Then I went Mac, Tua, Goff, Tannehill, Mariota, Trubisky were almost the same. Hurts, Mills, Wentz, Jones, Locke, Darnold. Oh, that is... Never mind. I'm good. I thought I had messed something up there. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, so I took Davis Mills as 28 out of 32. I know obviously you had him higher then. Actually, I had Trubisky over Mariota just for youth. But, I mean, I honestly would have tied them there. So, yeah, I'll go through. Mahomes, Brady, Rodgers, Allen, Herbert, Wilson, Burrow, Lamar, Watson, Kyler, 10. Top 10. 11 through 15 is Dak, Carr, Stafford, Matt Ryan, Trevor Lawrence. Then it goes 16 to 20. Cousins, Fields, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Jameis Winston. And then the rest, Mac, Tua, Goff, Tannehill, Mitch Trubisky, Mariota, Hurts, Mills, Wentz, Jones, Locke, Darnold. Boom.
Okay. Okay. I've got up to 18 and I'll just try to wing it from there.
Alright.
Okay. I'm gonna be real, I didn't listen to your list at all. I'm sorry. I was focused.
That's fair.
So if we have something like really different, just catch me on it and let me know.
I will before you go. We're going to have to break some news real quick.
Oh, breaking news. Oh, I hope it's not anything with the Saints.
Buccaneers coach Bruce Arians is retiring from coaching and moving into front office.
Whoa. Is it time?
Todd Bowles.
No way. Todd Bowles? Really?
Bowles.
Okay, I mean, I'm glad for Todd Bowles too, but I was hoping it was time. I was hoping it was Leftwich time.
I was too.
Man, that's upsetting. Hey, but you know what that definitely means? Since they went with Todd Bowles over Leftwich, he's definitely gone after next season.
Right.
Because he's gonna be like, screw y'all, y'all didn't give it to me. Like, screw y'all, I'm out. That's upsetting to hear. But, alright, well, let me ask you this. Did Arians leave because he didn't want to coach Brady?
I mean, he's in the front office now.
Yeah, but you're not gonna see those guys like that.
What was it? The over Super Bowl? Was it over the Super Bowl weekend or something that Brady and Miami were working on a deal? I don't know.
I guess I don't know.
I don't know when the timeline was.
But, interesting. All right, well, let me go down my list. I'll try to wing it after 18. If I mess something up, just catch me on it. So, all right, so 1 Mahomes, 2 Josh Allen, 3 Aaron Rodgers, 4 Tom Brady, 5 Justin Herbert, 6 Lamar Jackson, 7 Joe Burrow, 8 Russell Wilson, 9 Kyler Murray, 10 Derek Carr, 11 Deshaun Watson, 12 Dak Prescott, 13 Matt Stafford, 14 Matt Ryan, 15 Jameis Winston. God, to think that I'm saying Winston's a top 15 quarterback. 15 Jameis Winston, 16 Ryan Tannehill, 17 Trevor Lawrence, 18 Goff, then
Then the youth movement, basically.
let's go Tua then let me go Tua, Tua, Carson Wentz, Jalen Hurts, Justin Fields, Zach Wilson, Mac Jones, Marcus Mariota. No. Mac Jones, Davis Mills, Marcus Mariota, Trey Lance, Trubisky, Daniel Jones, Drew Lock, Sam Darnold. I think I got them all.
Yeah.
I think I got them all. Did we have anything really different?
Winston's at 20 for me, and Tannehill's ends up at 24 for me. I think that stood out the most.
Tannehill's at 16 for me.
Yeah.
You think 24? You think Tannehill's the 24th worst quarterback or best quarterback in the NFL? Honestly.
I mean,
You have a guy for one season.
Yeah, I mean that.
You're picking 23 guys over Tannehill.
I mean, it's a lot of youth guys above him,
Yeah, that you don't know.
and I'd rather take my shot.
Wow, dude, we're a year removed from you like trying to convince me Tannehill was good.
Yeah, I jumped off that train pretty quick.
Fair enough. Well, yeah,
I mean,
that's
I
our
know they
list.
had injured receivers, but man, it got ugly, and I was just like, wow, I was sold on this. I don't know how. And I honestly, I think it was really the playoffs hit, and I said, yeah, I'm not buying Tannehill to. I can't trust him to make a run. So then it kind of, once I said that to myself, he dropped in my rankings hard.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So yeah. All right, there you go. Maybe we'll put out a graphic with all those, and people can mock us. They'll definitely
Fair.
go after, because I mean, I guess too, like if you just put this list out, I think both of us too, with the young quarterbacks, I think would get ripped without context.
Hey, I just want you to know that think about this. I just ranked Davis Mills over Trubisky, Darnold, Drew Lock, Daniel Jones, Trey Lance, and Marcus Mariota.
Yeah, you did. I did not.
I think he's better than 6 other guys in the NFL. I feel like that's not a stretch. I'm going to be real. I think he's better than 6 dudes in the NFL.
I mean, I have him at 4, so it's not that much farther. And honestly, I could see the 3 above him. I mean, I feel like looking at this, I don't know if I'd move him above Hurts, but might rearrange if anything. I could see the argument over Mitch and Mariota. I'd also just bump up Hurts 2 at the same time if I was to adjust.
Which, by the way, it would make sense because I said my top 25 thing. I've always kind of thought that. The top 25, if you're in that 26 to 32 range, you're probably looking at getting replaced. That makes Mills 26, and I think he's like right there on the bubble, and I think this year will show he doesn't need to be replaced.
That's fair.
Yeah. But when you look at this list as a whole, too, though, there's a lot of good quarterbacks in the NFL right now.
Yeah,
we have a really good quarterback play.
I was gonna say, I don't think you have to go with the whole argument of you have to have a top 10 quarterback. I feel like that's what people were saying. You just need a top 20.
Well, don't you feel like, I mean, we're how old are you, Dom? 27?
Will be.
So. Will be 27? Okay. So we've been watching the NFL about pretty much the same time. I'm going to be 27 too in a month. So, I remember as a kid, I remember around draft time, I thought there was always 10 teams that were looking for a quarterback.
Right. Yeah.
And now I'm more there's usually 4.
Yeah.
4 or 5 tops that are looking for a quarterback. And then you have the 6, 7, 8 guy, maybe 2 or 3 teams that are looking to replace someone in the next couple of years that they might just go ahead and try to get one. Like, I never feel like there's 10 teams that like, hey, we don't have a quarterback next year. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just not a thing anymore. I think we're in an era of some very, very good quarterback play.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're right. I think it was such a large chunk, and then I said it felt like not even that long ago. It was like, oh, you have to have a top 10 quarterback to be a Super Bowl team. Okay, I'll say if you have one of our top 10, you should be a contender. But if you have 11 through 15, you're just as much of a contender. And 16 through 20, if everything hits, you might need a little extra from the rest of the team, but 16 through 20, I could still consider a potential for that.
Yeah.
If everything goes right, I would say you need a lot more going right 16 through 20, but top 15, I'd say you have a Super Bowl chance. Now, I guess I say that with Lawrence at 15. I was like, well, now I'm just going
So that's what I was about to ask. Was looking at your list, look at your top 15 in the NFL as a whole. Is there anyone that you look at that you're just like, nah, that just, like, realistically, on the list he ends up in the top 15, but if we're casually talking about guys and I'm not thinking of a list, and you say, like, if you casually in conversation ask me, is Jameis Winston a top 15 quarterback in the NFL? I say no. I say no, he's probably in the 20 range.
I don't know. I feel like my 15 I'm pretty sold on.
He's the only one that I feel a little off about.
I guess
I feel a little off saying that.
I don't want to say I feel off.
Like,
I guess Trevor Lawrence at 15 is the only one just because, well, it wasn't like it was a good rookie year.
Right. That's what I was thinking. It was like, do you feel like Winston, if I walked up to you, or not Winston, Trevor Lawrence, if I walk up to you and I'm like, don't think about your quarterback rankings as a whole, is Trevor Lawrence a top 15 quarterback in the NFL? Would you say yes? I wouldn't.
Yeah, I'd probably say no, but then, yeah, now I look at it, though, am I really going to say Kirk Cousins over Trevor Lawrence?
Right. That's the weird thing, is once you actually start to make the list, right, you're like, well, I guess he
You're
is.
Right. I wouldn't initially say, I would say no, and then, okay, now I ranked him right at 15, though, so you're right. I wouldn't think someone right at 15, I'm probably going to lean that way.
Yeah. Right.
Well, before we get to some March Madness, I did want to throw something out actually real quick for the fun of this. It'll take just a minute. We're rooting for a lot of home runs this year in baseball, and for some very specific players, just for you to know. $1 bet, 16 leg parlay for the year. $32,000 payout.
Dom.
$32,000
payout. 16 guys.
16. They're all over home run totals too.
16.
Yeah.
Dominique.
Austin Meadows over 27.5. Bregman over 27.5. I'll just stop saying over because they're all over. Bobby Witt Jr. 20.5. Correa 24.5. Freeman 30.5. Stanton 32.5. Baez 27.5. Soto 33.5. Chris Bryant 30.5. Luis Roberts 29.5. Machado 28.5. Alonso 40.5. Seiya Suzuki 20.5. Otani 39.5.
Who is that?
He's a new guy out of the Japanese league the Cubs just signed.
Okay.
Good. He's
what position?
Outfield. I think he's gonna be pretty good. 20 seems like they just didn't know him, and I think he's going to hit 25 easy. Otani 39.5, Story 27.5, Wander Franco 20.5. Only thing I see standing in my way is injuries, which will ruin it very easily.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. And then also, like,
it's $1, man.
How many did you say? Say like the last 10 players again. There was one that I was like, what?
Wander Franco, Trevor Story, Otani, Seiya Suzuki, Pete Alonso, Manny Machado, Luis Roberts.
Manny Machado. How many did you say Manny Machado would hit?
28 point. Only have to go over 28.5. He's had a couple 30 home run years.
Okay.
I think 30 is pretty.
He's traditionally not like a home run guy, though, right?
Yeah, no, he's averages around 30.
Averages around 30?
Yeah, per year.
Or has had 2 30 home run seasons.
I will double check you on this. Machado. 35, 37, 33, 37. That was
Okay.
That was a stretch right there.
Okay.
32, 2019, shortened year 16, last year 28.
All right, that's fair. Okay.
That one felt too easy to me. That 30 home run stretch is easily there. I think it's more, I guess, the stadium with the Padres, but I'm not really that concerned. In his first full year at the Padres, he hit 32. And then 28 last year, that was one off from that. And then a shortened season, 16. I mean, that would have put him on pace for 32. So, that one didn't concern me. The injuries is the biggest thing that concerns me.
Right.
So March Madness. Are you willing to cancel your concert to watch your favorite team play?
Yes, absolutely.
Eric Church's as well, and I say respect.
It's awesome.
If you want to watch your Tar Heels play, good for you. I do not care. I didn't have tickets either, so I really don't care.
Yeah. I'm sure there is some people that... I mean, he's refunding tickets, though, right?
He is, but he just announced it today, so I will say, to be fair, you probably should have made that
people,
call.
ass off work and...
You probably should have made that call, right when the Tar Heels won. Hey, we're canceling. I'm watching. I guess maybe you thought the time when maybe you didn't get the slate game, but I would have just said once you knew the Tar Heels were making it, you probably should just cancel it then. Give a nice week of notice.
Yeah, but I will say this: you don't know we don't know how long it takes to negotiate that with a venue.
Yeah, that's right.
Because it might not just be that easy, because that venue invested a lot in you to be going in there. So, but
that's fair.
Yeah.
Well,
I just want to let you know, Dom, I'm watching there's a Sacramento Kings Rockets game that's on right now.
Whoa. Why?
Well, I'm just on NBA. I'm on NBA TV. They go back and forth between the games. But the Kings are wearing those nasty half purple, half black jerseys. That they're just... I love those. I think they're so sick.
Really?
Oh, yeah, I love
I think
them.
they're just
I like them. I like them a lot.
Maybe I'm not thinking of the right ones, but I feel like they're just
Yeah.
Okay. Well, alright. Well, final four thoughts. We end up with 2 2s, a 1, and an 8, but they're all very perennial basketball schools.
Yeah, I think we're bound for this. I hate it. I'm not necessarily a Coach K guy, but it's set up this way that he is going to, he's going to have to redeem himself against North Carolina and beat them, and then basically he's going to then have to play Kansas. And he's going to have to beat 3 straight blue bloods in a row to win a national championship. I mean, I just feel like the stage is set for that, don't you?
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. North Carolina's shooting the hell out of the ball right now. I get it. But that Duke team is so damn good. They have 5 guys. I don't know how much you kind of know about these 5 guys, but they're all, if they're not lottery picks, they're right, 1 or 2 of them are right on the edge. All 5 of these guys, you put them on almost any other team in college basketball, and I don't just mean a crappy team. I mean put them on any other team in college basketball, and they're their leading scorer. All 5 of these guys. All 5 of these guys are leading scorers on other teams. They're that good. So I don't know if anybody's going to be able to beat them. I really don't. That Villanova team's got some spunk, though. They're good. They're good. I mean, they're all 4. Obviously, they're all good. It's Final Four. But I don't know. I feel like it's set for this storyline to play out with Coach K. So.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it feels that way. I will give a shout out to my bracket was awful, and Elisa, my wife's, destroyed mine, and she is still going because she had Duke winning it all.
Yeesh.
And have 0 Final Four teams left.
Yikes.
Thanks, Arizona. Thanks, Gonzaga. Purdue. I forgot who my other one was.
Yeah.
Hey, but Michigan made the Sweet 16, so I'm happy.
There you go.
So. All right. Well, there you go. There is the Wednesday show. We are moving into April next month, so I think.
Hey, you know what next
we're
month
about
is,
to be
Dom?
Loading up on some draft talk.
You know what else is next month?
What it? Oh, the Mavs game.
We talk sports good live at a Mavs game,
We
baby.
talk sports good live, potentially clinching a 3rd seed.
Potentially clinching a 3rd seed against those pesky Portland Trailblazers. It's potentially gonna be a blowout. I'll tell you what we're hoping for is we're hoping we haven't clinched the 3rd seed yet, or just clinched our playoff spot because we do not want Luka sitting. We don't want Luka sitting.
We are hoping for Luka to be playing for this game.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So there we go. We Talk Sports Good takes over Mavs next Friday, coming up soon. So watch out. Exclusive content. You'll see.
Exclusive content.
We'll catch you next week, and maybe we'll do a little pregame for the game next Wednesday, and of course draft, and whatever else new pops up. So follow us on Twitter and Instagram. We Talk Sports Good. Have a great rest of your night.